Now, Michael, you had an entrepreneurial uncle.
I had, yeah, yeah. Michael O'Malley was his name. He was a doctor of science, nuclear physicist, and he spoke about 8 or 10 languages, and he was an amazing character. What helped him really was he had a photographic memory, and he could remember and pages of books for. But yeah, he went to set up industry here. He had his own industries in the United States, but he was shutting them down, and he was taking the machinery here. And he shipped a lot of machinery here that was stored in a warehouse in Galway called Benabola Churnta. It was a huge factory, and it was full of his machines, which ended up going to the Galway Metal Company.
That's right.
Scrap.
And
nobody could use it.
What was he going to do?
He was going to set up all kinds of industries, from ceramics, glass blowing, all kinds of things. The only one company that he did manage to actually start off was a Quartz electronics company. And that Quartz electronics company was the 12th company in the world, and there's still only 11. After that was 1974. So he would have been the 12th company had we still been going. But
and what was he going to make with the quartz?
The quartz are they're oscillators, and they regulate the frequency of machinery and watches and timepieces, and your silicon chip isn't worth a damn without the quartz crystal to regulate the frequency. And quartz possesses an electric charge itself. They call it the Q rating of quartz. And if you had enough crystals, we estimated 10,000 crystals linked together, and if you flick them with your finger like that, they would light a 100-watt bulb forever without going out until the bulb would wear out. This is called piezoelectric quality. It's an electronic term. And it's used for communications mainly. You can scramble telephone information calls, you can guide missiles with it. The crystal can do anything that it needs to do once it's guided into a frequency, you know. So he set up that company, and we had lots of orders. It actually closed in 1976 with over £500,000 worth of orders.
Yeah.
Now,
But he died.
we had nobody with the technical ability. I was not technical, so therefore I wouldn't be able to help out. Had I got the technology, we'd have been right. And we did get a technologist in, a customer of ours from Germany, but he ended up setting up his own industry down the road and taking our machinery.
Oh my God. And I
was offered 10% in that company, but I didn't take it.
And was he going to do something with oxygen? And
that was a separate company. Myself and my uncle were going to set that up. We had plan got for it, and we had sourced 20,000 cylinders, and we were going to produce oxygen and nitrogen mainly, with the byproduct of hydrogen as well. Similar to British industrial gases. But again, he died before anything got off the ground, and therefore end story.
And any idea what else he had in mind to do?
Ceramics, all interconnected in the electronics industry, because he himself was an electronics man. And all these were complementary industries, where one industry would complement the other, and so they would flourish, you know. Industry really is like a forest. If you plant one tree, it's doomed to failure. If you plant a forest, it succeeds. And he had this in his mind, that if he had several industries that were complementary, the thing would take off. And it almost did. It almost did.
But it didn't, wasn't it?
But I couldn't say why it closed right now here, because there would be major difficulties with what I'd have to say.